What? The Dalai Lama? Richard Gere? Okay, we'll talk about this in just a second, but first let me put a shout out, if I could, for mypillow.com. Mypillow.com. For Paul, that's www.mypillow.com/Paul. And find out all the great savings you can have. Plus, some of the proceeds go toward our ministry, which helps certainly with spreading the gospel of Jesus Christ and helping people who are sick, getting blankets to them, or prayer cloths, or Bibles to those of you who need it. That's at www.pillow.com/Paul. You'll be glad you did. And thank you for supporting our ministry. Okay, we want to tell you something. What? The Dalai Lama? Yes. The Dalai Lama is going to turn 90 years old, and he's going to reveal his plan for his new successor. China, he says China's trying to steal the Dalai Lama with a fraudulent steal to take it away from the Tibetan people. And he is obvious anything to happen to this portion of his ministry. So the Dalai Lama will address a major 3-day gathering of Buddhist religious figures this week ahead of his 90th birthday, as his followers wait for the Tibetan spiritual leader to share details about his succession in a move that could upset China. Beijing views the Dalai Lama, who fled to Tibet in 1959 after a failed uprising against the Chinese rule, as a separatist, says it will choose a successor for the Dalai Lama. The Dalai Lama has said, no, you can't choose a successor because the successor will be born outside of China. And he urges followers to reject anything that says they're the new Dalai Lama, or if the Chinese government is to say that the Dalai Lama has been reincarnated in China, to reject it, and reject it now. The Tibetan Buddhist holy end monks are reborn. They believe in reincarnation. Of course, I don't, but of course they do. They believe the Dalai Lama will be reborn and in continued spiritual legacy. The 14th Dalai Lama will turn 90 on Sunday, and has said he would consult with senior monks and others at this time to share possible clues on where his successor, whether it be a boy or girl, could be found following his death. But he said it will not be China. Now, the rest of my life I will dedicate for the benefit of others, he said, as much as possible, in an extensive interview. And he said, my followers are gathering on Monday as they offer prayers for his long life. There will be some kind of framework within which we can talk about the continuation and the institution of the Dalai Lamas. He said, elaborating on the framework of this process. He has previously said he could possibly reincarnate in India, where he lives right now in exile, near the northern Himalayan mountains and the northern Himalayan, the southern border of Himalaya, or southern border in India. He's in India. Now, he was identified as the reincarnation of his predecessor when he was 2 years old. So he's been the Dalai now for almost 88 years. Now, according to one of his, the deputy speaker of the Tibetan parliament in exile, they said it was important for the world to hear directly from the Dalai Lama on this issue, because he said China is trying to vilify him at every chance and is trying to frame rules and regulations to steal the identity of the Lama in their hand. China is trying to grab this institution for its political purpose. Do not believe it, he said. We will not be incarnated or reincarnated in China, he said. Be born not only for the survival of Tibet as a distant culture, religion, and nation, but also for the well-being of the whole of humanity. It will not be in communist China. Do not allow Chinese authorities to interfere. Beijing said in March that the Dalai Lama was a political exile who had no right to represent the Tibetan people, and that the Dalai Lama would be born again, or reborn, or reincarnated in China. China said they're open to discussing the future on how the recognition of Tibetan and Taiwan are inalienable parts of China, and that he could be born in China. So the religious conference this week, being held for the first time since 2019, will be attended by 100 Tibetan Buddhist leaders. It will feature a video statement from the Dalai Lama. Guess who out of the 100 Buddhists in the world that are going to attend the conference? Only 100. One of the 100 will be Hollywood actor Richard Gere. Richard Gere, a longtime follower of the Tibetan Buddhism, will be those 100 people chosen. The Dalai Lama will attend prayers called by the Tibetan government in exile on July 5th. Now this is important. And he will participate in his birthday celebration a day later on July 6th, according to the schedule shared by organizers. Now there's three things now that's going to happen on July 5th. Okay? July 5th is the day that the prophecy of a massive volcano in the Pacific Ocean or Pacific Ring of Fire will happen. It's prophesied that when this, by the Tsuki prophecy of 1999, that there will be the major underground or underwater volcano which will create a massive tsunami and earthquake and will cause a catastrophic event in Japan. That has been prophesied in 1999 to happen on July 5th, 2025. The person that prophesied this also prophesied the earthquake and tsunami that hit Japan, that it would happen in March of 2011, and it did on March 11th, 2011, in which this 9-point quake sent a tsunami smashing into Japan, killing 26,000 people, destroying parts of and creating this massive nuclear meltdown in Fukushima. The second thing that's supposed to happen on July 5th is some type of major release of something in the United States. And now the third thing that's going to happen on July 5th is the prayers, revelation of the new Dalai Lama, which the Dalai Lama says will be in either Tibet or India, but it will not be in China. Or maybe Taiwan, but it will not be in China. Richard Gere is going to be there. He will speak at the celebration for about half an hour. Richard Gere is going to speak for a half hour. So will the Dalai Lama. India's parliamentary affairs minister and some of the other Indian officials are also going to be attending, since he said it's very possible that the new Dalai Lama will be reborn or reincarnated in India. Tibetans have been praying for his long health, especially since he had knee surgery in the United States last year. Although the Dalai Lama told Reuters in December that he could live until he is 110. He'll be 90, but he says, I could live to be 110. The last Dalai Lama died at the unexpected age of 58. The Dalai Lama and the Tibetan officials say there is a system in place for the government in exile to continue its political work while officers of the Dalai Lama recognize in the search for who is the new Lama. The current Dalai Lama's foundation back in 2015, and its senior officials include several of his aides. Now, so this is a big deal. I mean, the Dalai Lama tradition has been going on for 368 years. He is currently the 14th Dalai Lama. Since he has come in the form of a human now, they believe, he said we have to agree there will be a moment when he is not with us. So when he dies, they figure it's going to take a couple years to identify who the new reborn or the newborn baby Dalai Lama. They'll try to relocate, treat, and try to recognize who the new Dalai Lama is, because he'll be reincarnated. His Holiness has really prepared us for that day. He has made us act as if it's not there. So the current Dalai Lama is very concerned that China will hijack this religion. And he's saying absolutely the reincarnation of the Dalai Lama will not be in China. It'll probably either be Tibet, Taiwan, or India. And he believes it's going to be India. So we're going to watch this closely. Don't know how long he's going to live. He'll be 90, but he is preparing the world. Don't believe if China tries to say the Dalai Lama was born in China, the answer is no. I will not be born in China. Now, I don't believe in any of the reincarnation, of course. I don't. I do not believe in the Buddhist religion at all. But I believe this. China would try to hijack anything and everything if they get a chance. That I will agree with. Matter of fact, China and the communists with this new guy who's trying to be the next mayor of New York City, China is trying to hijack the United States of America. This new guy who's trying to become the next mayor of New York, along with AOC, are trying to hijack the United States of America to become communist. Don't let AOC and this new guy hijack America and hijack the Dalai Lama in China in 2028 or 2029. Are you serious? What? Are you serious? Something biblical's going on here. Oh, by the way, Apophis is coming in 2029 also. We're going to get a new president in 2029. Let's not get a communist president, a communist Dalai Lama, and get hit with an asteroid called Apophis. If that's going to happen, I'm ready to be raptured right now. Are you serious? Give your life to Jesus Christ, not the Dalai Lama.